He's got to. Feel important?
Yes.
How important?
So much more important is.
Hmm?
So much more important is.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be a commissioner.
Oh, you're not fucking. My seat's a little low. To bounce around here. The musical chairs. That's a nice big TV. Put on service. Also.
You drop Piero?
What? Drop Piero? Who's Pierre?
One of my relationship's child.
You're like Godfather. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I
man.
almost forgot. I
Yeah.
put a little bit of sugar in this one.
That's okay.
Oh, that's okay.
I appreciate it. That's perfect.
He could be a little bit more sweeter, anyways.
Yeah. How you doing today? What do I put?
Just put friend. I don't know.
Fabiana may join us. She's just figuring that out right now. Do you know Fabiana?
Yeah, I know who she is. Yeah,
Okay.
she's my son's social worker.
Yeah.
That's nice. Thank you very much for the coffee.
Thank you.
Were you affected by the floods at all?
Yeah. I don't live far from here. I just couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I know that was a lot of people's problem.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going towards Mission or anywhere.
Sure.
Yeah.
Was gone.
Yeah.
The whole highway and everything was.
Nice office in here.
Yeah.
I like the table.
Yeah.
I need a table like this for the house.
We had. Do you remember when we were located down that way on?
Oh no, I was never
You weren't
going
around?
No.
Yeah, we had an office down in Sherbrooke. This one's like
These are newer buildings too.
Yeah, these are-
better. Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi guys. How are you doing?
Cold in here. It is a little chilly.
So much warmer in here than out there.
We woke up with no furnace working anyways. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I've just been in here all day.
Yeah, that's why I booked it for the day. So
Yep. Well, at least I've have coffee. I didn't know what else this morning.
We walked halfway from the ICBC office.
Where's that?
On
Oh,
Clearbrook,
Clearbrook.
South
Oh,
Fraser.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a little far.
Yeah.
That's not that
And
bad.
then we ran into a friend, and then they gave us a ride the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It was a little chilly out there.
The snow, right?
Yeah.
It's not just snowing now, though.
It's not snowing now. It was earlier though. That's pretty bad.
I know, our little second winter day. Yeah.
okay. I want the sun now.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Yeah.
Catch some nice sun, get a nice tan going. That's my weather.
Yeah.
I actually just watched a little bit of the news during the lunch break, and in most places the groundhog seen a shadow.
Yeah.
So they say 6 more weeks
Until
of
spring.
winter.
Oh.
And
That's
it's
alright.
snowing, so I think well, it was trying to snow, so
Yeah. It is still lightly snowing.
Yeah. It is Groundhog Day today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fabiana, she's
She didn't answer, but we could either try call her in at the end.
okay, so we'll just get
Yeah.
things going. I got a sign-in sheet here for you guys.
Oh, awesome.
So I'll just read this disclosure before we get started.
And is your mom coming on Teams or anything? Did you invite your mom again?
I don't
It was
know.
just Nolan that I was aware of.
Yeah. Oh,
And I
I,
thought you were bringing your own.
I was, but he called and canceled.
Yeah,
He said cut
the
COVID
other
or-
council just, I found that out today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So by attending this family case planning circle, I understand that I consented to participate in this process and agree that all information discussed within this meeting is confidential and should not be disclosed without prior consent of all participants.
So just for that, as if my lawyer needs to know anything, information on this meeting, I will be disclosing that to them.
If that's, as long as it's your
Yeah.
consent, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. So yeah, no note taking. Again, after this done, you can take a picture of the
Yeah.
plan. And if you need to take a break, just let me know.
Sure.
Washrooms are down past the elevator.
Okay.
If you guys need a washroom break. And just be respectful of one another when somebody's talking.
Of course.
Yeah, and usually we have an elder that starts with a prayer and stuff like that, but I'll leave this closed for now, but since we don't have an elder, we'll just get things going.
Sure.
Okay.
So we'll just carry on, we'll get an update from our last meeting that we had in November.
Yep.
We talked about a crim check. Was a crim check?
Oh, on him?
Yeah.
No, not yet. No, I've done one on Nolan.
Yes.
Yeah.
On Nolan?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's what it was, right? Was a crim check for Nolan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he consented for me to do one on him too. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. And on Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys already did one on me. Long time ago, didn't you?
Do we still need to do one for Brandon?
I can do one. Yeah, it's always just good to have.
Should I
Yep.
just put it?
Yeah.
So we'll put that for the next.
Yeah. But Nolan's is done, and his PCC is done.
What is peace?
Prior contact check. That's why I asked you, remember if you had any kids?
Oh, okay, okay. I just
So-
didn't.
Nolan's been approved to supervise visits. It looks different than last time.
Yeah, I think you briefly mentioned that the other day when we were here in Salt Lincoln.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, and the next thing on the list, we had a sponsor that you were to continue working with Doug. Have you been working with Doug?
Yep. Yeah, I've been every Saturday to his big book study.
Is he the elder too?
No,
No, that's
he is.
different one?
That's Wendy's husband.
Oh, okay.
That's every Saturday.
Yep. Saturday, 10 o'clock at Atlanta Club.
And social worker was checking on access, and I guess we're gonna talk about that
Yep.
later, right? So
Yeah,
we'll
talk
leave
about
that one.
Yep,
And did you, and it just says social worker to check on probation, to check on the no contact order status?
Yeah, I just got it changed yesterday.
So is there an update on that?
Yep.
yep, we can talk about that.
Okay, so that's been done. And sponsor, and we'll talk about access.
Yeah.
So since the last time, we'll let Brandon go first. Sorry, do you want us to introduce ourselves again?
No, I know who you guys are.
Okay.
Well, Janae, well, yeah, you guys.
Yeah, we met last time too.
Yeah, we'll let her. I don't even know who she is.
Janae.
Janae or Shania?
Janae.
Oh,
Johnny.
Yeah.
Janae.
Yeah, met you all very briefly.
Yep.
But
Practicum student?
New
Float.
float. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
hired as a social worker, getting some training.
yeah,
Oh.
Liz is shadow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so, just from November, what has been going, has there been any changes, anything that's been going well with you, Brandon?
As for me, I don't know. Everything's pretty much the same. I
Pretty
mean,
much the same?
yeah, nothing's really changed. I got to see my son once, I think, which last week.
What's going well is apparently it's 6 months clean, and I was waiting for
Yeah,
you to
6
say
months
that.
clean today, yeah,
so
sorry.
I was like, yay! I'm like,
Yeah.
So
waiting
do
for
6 months?
Yeah, today.
6 months clean. And
Yeah.
that's why I didn't even
Congratulations.
respond. I was like, oh, it's fine. Just say congratulations at the meeting.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to get at is there's still been no relapses.
No,
Yeah, not since September. But
September 2nd. Yeah.
Yeah, no relapses. That's awesome.
So in November, so in like over 2 months, you've only had one visit with?
Yeah, I didn't get to see him for Christmas or anything like that, or, yeah, I've only seen him, I think, maybe once or twice maybe a couple times at Archway, maybe before that. Yeah, I would have seen him, a couple times in November.
And then he had a visit for his mom. which-
Oh yeah, sorry, not a visit, for 2 days, yeah.
So you have had regular contact?
Yeah, somewhat, I guess, like, it's kind of been up and down, I guess.
Visits have been going well?
Yeah, visits have been going well, yeah.
Kiddo's name again, I'm trying to.
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
I have so many.
Yep. Lincon.
Yeah.
There's so many. Oh, I didn't see.
Just like the car.
Is there anything else that you want to add, that you just said everything's the same, going well?
Yeah, I
Visits are
mean,
going well?
yeah.
Okay. Nolan, what would you say, is there been any change or?
He's grown so much since I first met him to even to now, because last time we met, I was living with my ex. We broke up, so now I'm living in the same house as Brandon, and
Was
Have-
it the second stage?
No, third
Third
stage. Yeah.
yeah. So we're in a transitional house.
Yeah.
So what that means, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it means you're pretty much getting ready to move out into the community.
Yeah.
So you buy your own
Yeah.
groceries, which me and him
Yeah.
do,
And I've already been given okay to move out of there. I'm just staying in there because my kid was in for another 3 months for extension. So
and he's from last time to now, amazing changes in him. His attitude, what this little things that used to, even for myself, I can speak on this, that would drive me to like want to get pissed off, excuse my language there. But just, how he's seeing it in a whole different light now. It's nice to see that, And that's what this program teaches us to do, right? Is to see it in a whole new light. We've had conversations till like a couple of late nights just sitting there talking, And it's nice that this is what this program teaches us to do. That we don't have to turn to drugs and alcohol. We can go there and just sit, talk about our problems. Like, he's helped me out tremendously. Like, I wouldn't. A lot of it, he's helped me get to where I am today as well. So, I continue to see him do the work. He's attending those big book studies every Saturday. He tries to get me to go, but it's Saturday morning. I don't want to get up. But he's on the right track, and I'm glad to see it. The joy and the excitement's back in his eyes. So I think I even told him, even talked to him about that yesterday too.
Yeah.
He's doing what he needs to do. Like, we and him go grocery shopping together, and we split the bill. And that's what it's like.
Yeah.
It's not one person doing it all. It's working together to get that common goal done. And we're just having fun. We're laughing, joking around, and that's what life is about, right? So, other than that, that's all I got.
Okay. And Liz, is there anything that you'd like to add, like that's going to go well in the process?
Well, 6 months sober is a long time, so that's really good. And as a third stage, so when we have made the visits there, like, he's always made his visits, except a couple at Archway, but it's not going to be at Archway anymore. So, and we're still here, like, and I get the frustration, and then, but when I get up and just talk to him on the phone, I can tell, like, we can just have a healthy communication again. Like I said, we're talking about the understanding anger and the things that he's learning. Over the phone, I can really tell and hear right now. So no, there's definitely progress. Yeah, and I'd just like to see, like, how we can just capture it all for the next steps, and hopefully in the next few months it's still the same. Yeah.
And then just one thing I forgot to mention, sorry to interrupt you there. Just how adamant he was about making those courses the #1 priority. Like, time in and time out.
There's a lot of courses, I think.
Yeah, and it shows that he wants to do it. And now he's able to be that example for somebody else as well. He's able to put those boundaries up where he needs to, and he's not afraid of those anymore. So,
but I was having trouble applying those to my kid and to my relationships that I don't have much contact with them. Right, it's like kind of hard to make those contacts.
I think that almost what you're saying is a worry that you're learning these tools and you're not able to apply them yet.
Well, I kind of apply them to who's supposed to be meant for, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I think that's what I'm trying to interpret is there's still a no contact order.
Yeah, there's still no contact order in, but I do got some privileges there to see, to be with her or to talk with her at least.
And then I think another thing we're saying is he's taking the parenting programs and he sees Lincoln like once a week or one. Now I hopefully we can get some consistency with Nolan here.
Only visits are only once a...
Well, originally they were set up for once a week, and then that stopped, and then we got his mom to do a couple, and then I think it's just been kind of not as consistent and not in anybody's fault, but just trying to figure out who's going to supervise them. So with Nolan here, I think we will have some better opportunity for increased visits.
And the parents, the foster parents are in Mission as well, so they're out of the city. So that puts, that it kind of makes it hard too for them.
Okay. So are there any, for Brandon, worries or concerns concerns? Any new worries or concerns? that you
Well,
wanna
just
bring up?
having more contact with my son. Like I've done everything that they requested, and really haven't seen much more of an increase.
Yeah, that sounds like.
And archery was okay, but I had to wear a gown. I had to wear like
You could document that as him wearing his like the gown.
yeah, like I mean, he wasn't seeing me as a he's like I look like a doctor, man, or a patient at a place, right? Just very unnatural. Like it wasn't very, it didn't feel natural at all.
Do you think Lincoln found that a little bit weird too?
Well, I think he would, yeah, because if you see me, he sees me different as everybody else, right? So seeing me as a father, like I don't know. I know his mind's not quite developed, but I think over time it could confuse him a little bit, and just I just didn't feel like I was a father really, in that
Didn't
setting.
feel natural.
No.
Mhm.
Sir, besides visits, is there anything else that you? Anything else that you're worried about or concerned?
Well, just about the future visits and what they're going to look like, and how to, stay on a steady, constant, schedule of seeing them.
Yeah, and I think that's what we'll do with with Nolan now that he's approved, right? So
Hmm.
see what that's gonna look like.
And and what's going to happen after the we've got, 2 months left of what's going to happen in those 2 months and what they look like, and kind of what the plan is if there is one.
What's the two?
Well, because there was a 3-month extension on top of the 1 year he's been in, so
Talking about the temporary
temporary custody
order.
order.
Director. He's worried about that, I guess, is the worried about.
Oh, what's going to happen when we're coming to the end of that?
I mean, what's next?
3-month extension?
Yeah.
Is there anything worth bringing up about this, with the no contact order, or?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
You said you had that changed?
Yep.
What's changed with the?
So I'm allowed to have contact with her with
That would be under what's going well, I guess, if you wanna keep it in the same.
Yeah. So you're now allowed to have contact with Danielle?
so yeah, but in a controlled setting, kind of.
I
So-
got a copy of the conditions.
So I'm allowed, with the permission from from a social worker or my probation officer, with a social worker or a counselor.
So it's gotta be a social worker or counselor?
Yeah, social worker or counselor.
And what I'll try to explain is what that means is,
Well, I talked to the judge and he said that it could be any social worker.
yeah, I know, but I'm still gonna explain what that means here for a child protection social worker.
Okay.
Is that Danielle is, if she's ready and when she's ready, she's able to be invited to the same meetings with him. Yeah, that's what it means by social worker.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
that's what I was just gonna say, is that
Yeah.
maybe we could all sit down with it.
Yeah,
Well, we could now, yeah, as long as it's okay with a social worker, yeah.
yeah, and so this just changed yesterday, and I have to gauge how things are going with Danielle and where she's at, and I know, I might as well get an update right now, I know she's still doing One Love Hurts, and she's still looking for counseling. So I want to say that the next time we're having a meeting, she might be ready, but she's wanting to finish a few things too. Yeah.
She's wanting to finish a few things first?
She's almost done One Love Perks and almost starting her first, she's looking for her, she has
Okay.
counseling through CVAP.
Are you speaking for her or on her behalf?
Yes, with in communication. See, this is where I have a hard time, Brandon.
What? I'm listening. I'm asking questions. That's all.
Yes, and I do talk to her, and the last time you texted me and basically said I have no right to kind of be involved in your guys' relationship.
Oh, I didn't say you didn't have a right.
Yes.
I said I didn't want to have you have full control.
Domestic violence.
Yes, and I've taken care of the concerns. I've done the courses.
Yes, it doesn't mean you get to contact her whenever.
No, I got to follow my conditions, right?
Yes.
And I plan on to follow my
And
conditions.
so I've already checked with Danielle before this even changed, and like I'm trying to explain, I get involved with Crown.
That's fine. Now you
I
can
get
be.
involved, we talk, and even before this was changed, we all agreed, even checking in with Danielle, even her victim service worker, even her support worker, that the only thing right now, because she wanted some work to do, was
Mhm.
have meetings together, because she's still working on herself, and you guys are at different paces. So, and that has to be respected as well.
Yeah, and well, whatever she wants, right? And I'll respect that.
So that's why I wanted to explain that. So that is what can happen. But I do know she qualifies for her own counseling through victim services, and they're trying to find her one. She gets that through CVAC. But in future, what Danielle and I talked about is after she gauges what her counselor would recommend about couples counseling, that would be covered through CVAC. They would have to try to get approval through funding somewhere else or through me to pay for couples counseling, but she's gonna start counseling on herself right now. That's what I was trying to get at. And then, yeah, so that covers the counseling and the social worker part. Yeah, and just so you know, I also talked to.
Because
the probation.
Danielle has talked with my probation officer, and she has agreed to most of this already with her. Like my PO officer was trying to get everyone to get into contact with each other to be just on the same level as everyone. But it's so hard to get a hold of Elizabeth sometimes.
I talked to your probation.
Yeah, and I don't know from what she told me that she was in agreement with all this.
So it's
This
just,
is what we're agreeing with right now, is the
Well-
contact between social workers and meetings. So I don't know why we're gonna stay separate, but that's where it is right now, and I just wanna say no more breaching, because there was breaches that were reported, because you and Danielle were both sending me pictures of both of you talking when there was still a no contact order, and that is a worry of mine.
Mhm.
And it of course wasn't healthy yet. So I'm trying to say to both of you, no more breaches. Like, I get it, you guys are anxious and you both are working hard, but breaches set us back. We're not set back yet, you're 6 months clean,
Yeah.
but it is just.
So is your worry that a relapse is going to happen, or what?
No, what my worry is, you and Danielle breaching and then that texting each other and then ratting each other out, and it seemed like you guys were already fighting through text, and you guys had a no contact order when that happened. So that tells me what I worry about is some of the programs you've started to take, obviously you didn't apply them then when you guys started texting each other that way. So wait it out, let her do her stuff that she wants to do, you keep doing your stuff, and we'll get there.
Well, the only contact we can have is with a counselor or a social worker, right? So.
Yeah, but before that, you guys were,
Mhm.
you sent me.
Okay,
pictures of that.
that's the past, right?
No, that was just like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, and then you went and tried to change the order, and all of this happened, Brandon, so I'm just saying.
I told you I was trying to change the order, and I'm gonna do another one too right away, because she didn't talk to Crown. Crown had no idea what she wanted, so they're gonna reach out to her, and if they had consent from her, then things would have been a lot more different. So, I'm doing this the legal way. I'm going through the system, and so.
Yeah, and I'm part of the system, Brandon.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, and yeah.
I just really wish you would understand right now, we're not trying to say that you and Danielle shouldn't be together, we're trying to say she's already just said she wants some time to do some work.
Okay, when was this?
Even just today, even just a week ago. So I'm curious to why you're so worried about what she wants right now when you
Well,
still have some work to do.
What work do I have to do?
You just want to go drop another no contact order, you're going to leave here and just go try and go in front of the judge again?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where we're going to go with this.
What's wrong with that? I mean, I it's been almost like 8 months now.
Yeah, but you're still breaching, and she's asking for this. She's not saying she wants to see you today, Brandon.
No, I'm not.
Well, the only thing is that if the no contact order has been dropped.
So here's the thing. He has conditions. It's supposed to be 2 years to no contact.
Yeah, but that could end early, depending on what my probation officer sees, right?
Depending on what the kind of work is done and that there's no more breaching. So we all decide together with the probation.
Well, whatever the court order says is what goes, right? That's what I'm bound by right now.
So until then, let's worry about what we're working on here.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there any other worries besides the 3-month extension?
Well, yeah, and what's going to look like with me and Danielle having contact. And my biggest worry is having my social worker have complete control over that. But the judge was really understanding, and he didn't just give it to a social worker, he also gave it to my probation officer, which she has been a big support to as well for me. And like I said, she had contact with Danielle as well too.
Oh, what the contact with Danielle would look like?
Yeah.
Okay. When that time comes.
Yeah, well, my probation officer is allowed to okay it, right? So if I find a counselor and to do couples counseling, then my probation officer is allowed to, say that's okay, and that would be fine.
And any other worries?
For myself, no, I don't think so.
And Nolan, is there any worries or concerns that you have?
Oh, just how we move forward from this. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's a lot of parties at play here, right? And there's always going to be that miscommunication, but it's just how do you move it forward so it runs smoothly? You know what I mean? Like, I know from my past experiences, there's always that rocky bit too. Also, you got to go through. But like, do we get to a point where it can run smoothly and not have to go back and forth, have that seesaw, right? And just ask yourself, okay, what can I do to make this run smoothly, or what can my social worker or my PO do to get it to run smoothly? And by the sounds of it, having the PO there, being able to contact Danielle, which I didn't know his PO could, but that's a good beginning, right? It gives some ground of where it used to be.
Environment, yeah.
You going from a rocky road to it's a smoother transition into it. But now, how do we continue to keep that smooth transition going rather than it going back to the rocky road or taking that step backwards? So that's kind of where I'm worried and concerned, is how do we continue that? Because I know Brandon, as much as there is maybe some hostility between you guys here, and I can see it on both ends. Sit back and watch you guys, and I know you guys are both doing it for the best interest for all parties here. But the thing is, how do we continue to have it so it runs smoothly rather than having that? Because I know you're only doing your job to the best of your ability.
That is about the child protection.
Exactly.
I mean, the childs are not even in our care, so.
See, and Brandon, this is where I struggle, because I've tried to explain to you that before.
Yeah,
and I'll try again. So the child is not in your care, yes.
Mhm.
But we have to address these child protection concerns in order to see
And
that
that's what
the
I'm-
child's back with
That's
you.
what I'm trying to do, right? You know,
Yes.
kind of get counseling for us and.
And just for example, when this all first happened,
Mhm.
we thought that when we had to take Lincoln and the other girls, that, okay, you and Danielle could just go back to be together right now.
Well, I didn't know how
because
things
he's
were
not
going to
there.
go. I never.
But
Can
at this time, she wasn't even wanting that.
Okay, well, she's
like,
not even
this
here
is
to
the
speak. So.
communication. I'm like, both of you are both trying to do the same thing, but you guys have. I understand it's in a position as an outside person looking in. There's that hostility there, and I'm not taking either body's side. I'm
No.
here as a third party,
Right.
seeing it,
And
right?
for me, this is because I get texts and I'm here and I can have this and I'm not being disrespectful. I'm saying it the way it is.
No, I'm
And I
not
can
saying.
vouch for like 20, 25 texts that I get.
And I'm not saying you're being.
So,
I'm
and
being
so I
disrespectful.
think we need to move on from this part and start creating some next steps.
Well, that's what we're trying to do, right? I mean, I want to take the next step because I've been sitting idle here for a little bit.
Yeah,
And,
I think that
No, I.
we're kind of right now. I think that when we're like, there's individual things that you need to be working on,
Mhm.
individual things that Danielle needs to work on, and that's kind of what we just want to work on, focus on as you right
Yeah.
now, and build this. Because we know that there's a crim check that needs to be done, and so that's kind of, I think, one of the main worries right now.
Okay, hasn't a crim
Well-
check already been made on me like a long time ago? Or
I haven't done one.
you have never done one on me?
No, I don't need to. It would have done by intake. See, this is what I mean, Brandon, the way you look at me.
Well, I don't understand because you asked me if I have a criminal
I was not your
record.
worker. We talked about criminal record checks before.
Yeah.
Yes, and there
Like
would
in the
have been
beginning?
done. And actually, there would have been one done when
Yeah.
Shannon was involved.
Yeah.
But can we move forward and I'm just consent and I'll do one, or do you want to just?
No, I said go do one. Hey.
Sure.
I have a criminal
Good.
record now because I got obviously
I know.
charged.
I
Yeah.
know it would be on there now, but it'd be
Mhm.
nice for me to have an updated one.
Sure. Go
So-
ahead. Yeah. That one.
And I just want to apologize if I came out wrong there. I didn't mean for it to come
No,
that way.
it's just that if I don't feel comfortable continuing in this meeting if it's going to be the way you're looking at me right now, Brandon.
I'm confused and like I don't understand where you're coming
Why
from,
don't-
man. That's I
Why
don't
don't
understand.
we take a break? Let everyone just kind of
Yeah,
that works. I think that might be the best bet here.
Sure.
That way we can just composure ourselves and
Okay.
Try.
Yeah, let's take a 10-minute break, I'll say, and we'll come back if we're able to carry on, or
Yeah. Okay.
that's.
if that's okay with you guys. I'm here just for everybody, right? So
Yeah. That means you guys can go take a break. I'm gonna wait in here.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. You guys don't need smoke? Or
I
you guys
vape.
usually?
A vape, yeah.
Go ahead, you can.
I
And then I'll probably call Fab into the meeting. She said she can join now.
Oh, okay, Fabiana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Okay, then.
how do we get back upstairs?
I'll go down and get you guys in a few minutes.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Sorry, man.
Right. Maybe go down. Yeah.
What?
What is it? You know what I'm gonna deal with? Because I'm confused. I don't feel comfortable. It's just, I don't know, I'm good at it. If I cannot know, but do you think, right? I'm trying to get a grasp on where they're coming from.
I mean, I'm looking at it.
Well, I'm trying to look at it from all perspectives as well, but I mean, like, I know what she wants. She wants fucking full control, man, and fucking she's fucking pissed off she doesn't have it. You know? That's the only thing I could fucking think of, man. Is that, like, I'm not gonna go around this whole, obviously know that. You fucking arrested her.
Everyone needs to.
Yeah, thank you.
Ours,
That was good.
I can read that tension in the room and cut it with a knife right now.
Hey, but
So
you know
you're
what?
getting
I
pissed.
know, but I know I can stay calm though, right? I'm not getting upset like she is, right? She's the one that's supposed to get all upset, not me. I'm there just like, okay, I'm not understanding where you're coming
But
from.
maybe this is just maybe just don't even look at her.
Okay.
Where are you going there?
Yeah.
Just don't look. Just focus on
Okay. And I don't know, and like child protection issues, or like, I mean, like what issues are there? Like, I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to fucking communicate with my partner in a healthy way and learn how to do that. And when love hurts, it's all about leaving your partner, man.
But
Danielle is
she's doing what she needs.
I know, but she's easily manipulated because I know what they're fucking doing. They say, if you don't do this, you're going to lose your kids, right? And Danielle will do whatever they say, right? That's what I'm tired. That's why I don't want that. I don't want them to have full control.
And it should be respected from both sides. And you know what?
And you know, I'm doing everything that I can do legally, man. And I'm not fucking going, I'm not doing things in a fucking bad way, you know? So whatever fucking is, she can not agree on it. That's fine.
Are
Right?
you at 6 months or are you at 5?
6. September 2nd.
That was August 12th.
What do you mean August?
August 12th is
Okay,
my
September, October, November, December, January, February. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's 5.
We'll just say
Oh, it's 6. Yeah.
But
Well, I'm not doing anything fucking wrong. Man.
no, you're not.
But she's just reacting in a way that's
Maybe instead of just don't look at her.
I won't look at her at all. I'm like I don't get it. Like I'm confused, right? Like
Then ask her to explain it.
I fucking I'd rather just not. 'Cause I don't know. I don't get where she's coming from, or like I get we have no contact. I don't know what do you think I'm trying to do. I'm gonna fucking change that.
But maybe by your reaction and saying, I'm just going to get it dropped right away.
Well, I'm going to. I want to.
Yeah.
And I don't fucking care if they change it, but you know.
But maybe the way you came across.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the third party you're looking at, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying. I'm doing everything in my power.
There is
legally.
hostility between you.
Oh, there is, and I try not to fucking feed into that, right? As before, I would really feed into it, but for me, I'm gonna sit there calm, and I know what my
You
rights.
got to also remember these people have a lot to say on what happens, right?
Oh yeah, I know. The only reason why they gave me what they did is because of fucking what Liz had said, right? But see, they're
That's
trying
Liz?
to. That's Liz, Elizabeth, yeah.
Okay, that's your social worker?
But yeah, it's me and Danielle's social
And
worker.
then Viviana is who?
Fabiana is my son's social worker. So like,
Okay.
she's our social worker in the whole thing. Like she oversees all matters, and then Fabiana is the social worker over Lincoln, like for his care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anything to do with like making decisions on him, Fabiana takes care of.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it's a little bit confusing.
I'm just trying to fucking like you live in there.
I know. He's just like, okay. I'm like, just a little back of
Thank God it's a site. I can read that.
I just don't know what. But she's trying to create a fucking false narrative of me of being fucking this person that I'm not. You know, like by being like, I don't feel comfortable with you anymore. Like, what am I doing that makes you so uncomfortable? Like, that's what I don't understand.
Maybe it's just the way you're portraying her.
yourself.
Okay.
So
Well,
maybe instead, just don't
but I
look
learned
around.
about body language and also look at them and pay attention and.
Yeah, but
And I'm not like fucking like mean. I'm not mean mugging her, right?
how are you coming across?
Well, I was sort of. I am trying to stand my ground and fucking.
And I get that.
And that's all I'm trying to do. Is I'm not trying to be better. I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to say, hey, this is what I can do to fix. This is what I can do in my power to move things forward. Because with her, I don't feel like things are moving forward. You know.
There has been growth, but you can't let her get under your skin.
I don't, and I'm not. And hey, she's the one acting out, not me, right? And so I'm okay. Like everything that's happening right now, I'm okay. I'm not. I know that I'm not doing anything wrong, and that I am fucking being perfectly within my fucking like margins of being okay. And yeah, she gets to me, but I mean, I'm not gonna show that today, and but I'm not gonna agree to everything that they think because some of it I don't agree on. And I mean, I want the best interest for both of me and them, and whatever that looks like. I want us to start getting help, man. Like, I mean, it's been fucking both of us are still losing so much hope because we don't see an end to this, right? So I mean,
Or maybe address those in the manner you suggested to me.
okay, maybe I'll bring that up too.
Because now you're talking from a regional perspective.
Okay.
Where before you're
That's
talking,
maybe more or less on what I want and not what
just
Just be
be like,
like, well, I tried mentioning that. I said, look, it's been 8 months. I haven't seen it for 8 months, man. Like, you know how hard it is to hang on to fucking, there's not much fucking progress happening? Like, I mean, we want to, like, we came in this meeting that both agree, like, she said that, oh yeah, she wants to be a family again, right?
yeah.
She wants to try for that. So why aren't we, let's take the, let's do it, right? I mean, I don't, I don't get it.
You just say,
Sure.
you get it done.
Hey. Sometimes I'll let you guys go.
Sure.
Yeah, we got Fabiana on
Okay.
there now. To talk about visit.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's just unravels sometimes. It's even a dragon. Finished out a pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Wranglers.
They're here now. So I can text. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm just gonna turn my camera off for a second.
Oh, you checking your calendar?
Cold out there.
Bring me a jacket.
So while she's looking at visits, we can kind of jump back into a few other things for the next steps. Because she's looking at the calendar and bookings and stuff like that for visits. While we're here about the court thing, I wanted to explain to you, Brandon, when you brought up that 3-month, where is it?
Right here.
Worried about the 3-month extension up here.
Yeah.
So, from what I understood is you and your lawyer oppose that.
Hmm.
So that means we're going to
Well, we
mediation.
opposed it if there wasn't going to be any more access with Lincoln.
No, I got an email from our agency lawyer saying that we're going to mediation, so I'll
Okay.
explain to you what that means. Like, it was adjourned to March to give us time to have, or end of March, to give us time to have a mediation. And what a mediation is your lawyer, yourself, at that time it would probably be Danielle and, yeah, because she's a party anyway, so it would be Danielle and her lawyer, and myself and the agency lawyer, and a judge. Oh no, not a judge, just the mediator. We'll have, we'll just try to mediate what the concern is, why it was opposed, because we already tried a Rule 2 case conference once, and so we can only do one of the other, like we can't keep doing the same thing over, so mediation was the next step. And that is a mediator, his name is Richard Singer. He goes through the lawyers and finds a day that works for the lawyers first, because it's the lawyers that have like the stupidest schedules and are busy. And then they work with us on planning and mediation, and I'll probably, with COVID, I don't know how it will be. You guys might just be at home through Teams, and then we might just be on Teams, I'm not really sure. But I wanted to let you know that, so you have clarification. There's an opposed application, so we're going to mediation. And if you have questions, go back to your lawyer, but that's the email I got, is we need to set a mediation. And then the visits we can go through, but I just wanted to see if there wasn't anything else here that was part of the worries. We'll do the crim check. Yeah, and then that breaching, I just hope that going forward that there's no more breaches, and just get things done in a good way, because everybody's working. So I just want to say that, don't breach. And I'm only going through this list to try to see what we need to put in the next steps. Yeah, no, what I was going to offer, I think what I was going to offer going forward is home visits at the part of the next steps. Home visits with myself, and I don't know, we'll see if there's anybody that needs to come, maybe even Fab, but home visits at third stage.
Yep. And we have other kids there on the weekends too.
Yeah.
There's 3 kids that come and stay with
Yeah.
one of the other guys there. So.
Yeah. And then at that home visits, what I want to continue to do is just look at everything we've ever put in our next steps, and just see that we're still on track. And as well that, so I can explain to you how when I see you guys reunited as a family, what I look for. But I want to do that, like, not at a table. I want to say when I come and do a home visit, say Danielle was here or whatever, like I have mostly all the DB files here, so there's ways, there's processes. So I can start asking you when I go for a home visit. So tell me something that you've learned differently and how you're going to apply that. Say Danielle should be back here, that kind of thing. And I ask kind of her that. And then when you guys are together, I check in to see how you guys are doing by just saying, since you guys have been back together, what do you guys do differently? I've had couples say, oh, we appreciate each other more, we know when to walk away, we know to count to 5, and so that's the kind of stuff that I check in to see that things are going well, and that's part of what I do to assess how everything's still going well. So I want to come into the home and explain that to you, bits and chunks, and then it's next time here.
I guess that would be just like everything that you've learned, and then your ability to apply your skills that you've learned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we're looking for applying the skills, adapting to them, pro-social skills, just everything that basically Nolan says he sees that you on a daily. I'm looking to see that, but also bring it more into, like, yeah, if Danielle was here in this situation, what would you do? Like, oh, okay, good. So it is trying to document that. Not only have you taken the course, but this is what you would do differently. And I gauge the same thing even with Danielle. So that's what I wanted to explain.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to let you know that everything up until like me changing my conditions, it hasn't felt like we were going to get back together as a family. You know, it's been 8 months. We haven't seen each other, and and I haven't seen like anything to try in trying to bring that together. So it hasn't felt until I took action that it's felt like we were gonna any closer. Because up until now, that we do have some kind of contact, I haven't seen anything from my social worker or from anyone that was trying to kind of make that happen. And so if
Because there's still work being done, that's all. That's what it is.
there's always work to be done,
Yeah.
though, right? And now it's applying that and doing some more work, but within a counselor, right? Someone who can try to form this all together, right? And I realize that there's a lot of self learning that needs to be done, right? And Danielle is still taking courses, I guess, and like I have completed all mine. And I think she was redoing a couple of hers, wasn't she?
I don't know. She's doing a lot right now in the one law person. And that's what I try to explain when we first started having our meetings. You guys are at different places. Like, you're 6 months clean, I think she's 4.
Yeah.
So things like that. And the counseling piece is really important for what she's gone through for domestic violence. So, and then the CVAP, and that's nothing to do with me or anything else. Like it's called the Crime Victim Assistance Program. Yes. So that application for her to get approved to start counseling is ridiculously takes long.
Any counseling, I even tried to get personal counseling. It was 4 months wait period. So.
Yeah, so she does have, she is able to go and start, and I'm not saying that that's going to slow it down another year. I'm saying she needs to get in and just start getting that one-on-one counseling through that. And then we're going to follow kind of recommendations from that. Like, okay, no, he might say, okay, she's worked through her trauma, she's done all this, but so we're just trying to support both of you guys that we don't end up like in another situation where we're called in because of domestic
we're
violence.
trying to take the proper precautions and work with the proper people to make sure that doesn't happen. And that's why we have so much support in our lives, and so the chances of that happening are very minimal. Minimize that.
So for now we'll stop there. And then I think the biggest thing was visits after that, I think.
Yeah, visits.
Home visits, third stage.
Yeah.
Okay, I just spoke to Leah.
Okay.
I can get you a visit Friday, this Friday. Sorry, I don't have my camera on because I'm also looking at other stuff. What time did I say with her? 2:30, would that work?
Yeah, anytime I can make it work.
So if you would like to come to the Abbotsford office, so the same one that you're at now, at 2:30 on Friday, and the visit will be an hour and a half.
Okay.
And it'll be downstairs in the family room, and then you can bring your support. And then the other thing is, why is this not coming up for me? So Liz and I talked about doing 2 days a week for about 3 weeks in office.
Yeah.
So we would be looking at doing that for until about the beginning of March. That'd be about 3 weeks. So I talked to Leah and the best days for her, because I guess with the other kiddos and their visits, it would be Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. So I don't know if you're like in programming or anything like that.
No, nothing. I'm good to go for any time.
So any time around?
Yeah, I'm very flexible. Whatever works with the parents there, and whatever helps them out and makes them easier.
For you too, Nolan?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So basically whatever works for Leah, hey, any other, but that's going to be here in Abbotsford, right?
Well, I can look at Mission.
Yeah, well, that doesn't.
If they want.
Abbotsford's more
Well, they're
better.
out here, aren't they?
Yeah, they're out here.
You guys are out here? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Leah might really mind.
Yeah. So let's
They're
leave
out,
it here.
They're out in Abbotsford a lot anyway.
Yeah.
And then, may I ask when you guys would be thinking about starting that 2 days a week?
Next week.
Oh, that. Oh, not
Yeah.
quick. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's one Friday, this Friday.
This
so
Friday
this
we're
Friday we're doing 2:30. The next week we're gonna pick 2 days. Just pick what days and times work better for Leah out here in Abbotsford. Starting next week.
yeah, so I'm just gonna try and call her in a sec, so I'm just gonna mute myself. It looks like, so the problem is like finding a room too. It looks like the morning of Mondays work best, mornings of Wednesday, and then Fridays we have a bit more flexibility. So I'll just call Leah to confirm which of those 3 days she wants.
Hey, can you make sure she double checks when Daniela has her visits? Because I don't know when she has her visits. Sarah does those for us, so I don't really know.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna mute you for a sec, okay?
Sure.
So, if I'm just so I understand, so starting next week, this is 2 days a week in this office
Yeah.
downstairs from the room,
Yeah.
and then when would the in-house visits start?
So that's gonna go for 3 weeks. So
Okay.
that's gonna be basically seeing six visits here.
Yep.
Consistency, everything's going good.
Yeah.
And then in that time, I'd already hopefully I'd have a home visit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'd rather do that than try to do the community. Sometimes we go from office to community than to home.
Okay.
But he's so young, I don't know what you do in the community.
Well, what's community like?
Like community is like, okay, you and Nolan get to take him to Play Abbey. That's community. And
Oh,
it's, yeah, or you guys get to take him to the library or the park.
Okay.
But if I have a home visit, is there any other adults in the home still, or just you two now?
No, there's other adults in there. Yeah.
And so that's what we need.
Everyone agreed to already do a criminal record check there, so
Okay.
I asked everybody.
So that's going to give me time to do that then. So from here, Brandon, if you could get them to call me,
Sure.
because then I need to do for Nolan, I need to ask them where
Yep.
they were born, date of birth, address, phone number. It's just information gathering. And that's going to give me time to anybody else in the home do a criminal record. Yeah. Yeah. And if it's not done at that time, like we'll do one community. Like,
Okay.
and those are always nice to see anyways. And
Well, I'll make sure everyone does that and like right away. So.
yeah, yeah,
And then
And-
that way the weather gets
Yeah.
nicer too.
yeah.
Mhm.
If I get the criminal record checks and they call me, then I'll set a home visit as well, just go see the
Sure.
home.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 2 days a week starting next week, and then this Friday.
That's awesome.
Are you here this Friday? No. Well, maybe we'll try. I don't think no. Leah must have it figured out, so she must have it figured out.
Oh, okay.
We'll double check though. It's 2:30 to, that's an hour and a half, that's 2:30 to 4. Yeah. What we can do actually is I'll talk to Fab and Mia about it further. Is typically what we do if there's visits here,
Yeah.
is we, instead of having the caregiver come out at the end of the day, one of the workers who are all delegated
Yeah.
take the baby back to the caregiver's home so that we save kind of a trip. And if it's over at 4, I could see that maybe happening. So I'll just run that by Fab and Leah. Yeah. But we'll see what time they happen here. So I think we covered access on that side, and then the crim checks.
So I do have one question though to run by you guys. When I get a vehicle, am I allowed to take him to say we go to Mission and take him to a park? Is there certain guidelines you guys have for if I were to pick Lincoln up, or is it?
No, because you're not an employee.
Okay.
Yeah, we would maybe ask, because he's a kid in care, we'd maybe ask you for just to see your driver's license.
Fair.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we have had kids in care with parents without a driver's license, and then
we have liability at that point.
Yeah, okay.
But we wouldn't ask you to have a specific insurance to transport because.
Okay, I just wanted to
Yeah,
touch base.
no.
That way we're all on the same page, right?
Yeah, good question.
The
Yeah,
most important person is Lincoln in that
Yeah.
case, right?
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. So, Brandon, do you think for visits you have everything?
Yeah.
Like you have snacks and you don't need anything?
No, I got everything. Yeah.
Because I'm only asking because sometimes what we do, if it becomes consistent, like twice a week, twice a day, for that long, sometimes what I'm able to do is ask for like $50 worth of Superstore gift cards to go get them some snacks so that you can bring your own snacks.
No, I got it all. That's,
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got his diaper bag all ready to go
Yeah.
with the toys in there.
I got toys, the food, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, Leah's good at sending stuff too.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Leah's probably talking her ear off. While she's waiting, should we set a follow-up?
Do you
Follow,
think,
follow,
we
follow.
should have a follow-up? Yeah, just to see how all these visits go and maybe, and what the next steps are gonna be after this,
Yeah.
after all your 6 visits go well and.
Okay.
I think if we make it a little bit longer at that point, I could see about having Danielle at the next meeting.
Well, we can be if you agree on it, right?
Yeah, I know, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying, but I'd still talk to her, how are things going, where are things at, we're having this meeting, should we start collaborating, that's what I mean.
Yeah, and, yeah, just a possibility
Yeah,
for the next meeting.
yeah.
So I'm gonna put, is it 4?
I'd say at least 6 weeks,
So it's mid-March.
yeah.
Any specific day work better for you guys?
Doesn't matter
When
to
is
me.
spring break? That's what
That
it
is spring break, I think the
Does it
14th to the
start
18th.
on the 14th? I know it's 2 weeks of March.
It's been so long since.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to look. I'm only looking because I know I booked some time off, so.
So that would have been starting on well,
Spring
St. Patrick's Day is the 14th.
break.
Would you guys say Wednesday, Thursday?
You tell me and I'll make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
What about March 9th, the Wednesday? Because that way, if you think about it, if you got those 3 weeks of visits there, like,
Yeah, it starts on March 14th. Is
I might, yeah, I'm already booked that week, 7th to the 11th, so it has to be the 14th to the 18th.
or could you do the 2nd? Or I guess you could
That's a
6
little bit
weeks,
too
eh?
soon, yeah, a little bit too
Okay.
soon, so.
What week were you
16th,
thinking?
17th, 16th, 17th.
Might as well
16th.
do that, and you know what, I'll just take the last week of spring break off, because I'm already starting to book in there too. I'm gonna just put AL here. So that I don't.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll say the 16th,
16th.
16th?
yeah, at 1:30 again,
1:30, okay.
same place.
Fab. Did call her. She said you guys had another meeting at 3.
Yeah. 3:30,
Oh jeez. So I'll tell her to come back then.
that's why I just booked this place first.
The day.
Yeah, the day of 3 meetings today.
Oh, how are those background checks going for that you guys were gonna do? For my son, like see his heritage or whatever.
Heritage?
Yeah, remember you were gonna look into that. Remember
So-
last meeting that you guys said that you were gonna look in where he came from, and
yes,
so how's
because
that going?
Yeah, Inuit. Like
Yeah.
that's a really hard
Inuit.
Inuit's
Yeah.
really hard one.
How's that going?
That wouldn't be me actually, would be Fab. We can
Oh,
look.
okay.
We have to ask
And
Danielle,
you
and it's
too,
gonna
but-
be harder for Danielle to really know too. That's a really tough one for us to all find any lineage back to. Yeah, because I think we asked Danielle at the beginning, and her mom's deceased, right?
Yep.
So that's why it's gonna be even harder. But we just know she identifies as Inuit.
She does.
Danielle, yes. Hi, Fab.
Hi. Okay, sorry, that was a little harder because our dates are kind of wonky. Do you guys have a pen and a paper? Because you might want to write it down.
Oh, because it's not gonna be a smooth sailing, eh?
I'll put it in my
Yeah.
phone as well.
It's not bad, but it's just, it seems to be two consistent times. It's just, yeah, anyway, it kind of alternates. So,
Do you guys want to write it on there?
Sure.
Just if you don't need that. It's right here.
Thank you.
There we go.
okay. So, we've got, so the 4th is this Friday, which you know at 2:30. Then we've got the 9th at 9:30 in the morning. That's a Wednesday. So we're going to be doing Wednesdays and Fridays,
At what time again on the night?
9:30.
Is that at the Abbotsford office?
Yes, we're all in Abbey.
Oh, hour and a half long?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 9th at 9:30, the 11th at 2:30, the 16th at 9:30, the 18th at 9:30, the 23rd at 9:30, and the 25th at 2:30.
Okay, if you don't mind me just reading them back out to you. So the 4th was, okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
The 4th at 2:30, which is this coming Friday.
Yeah.
The 9th at 9:30 on the Wednesday.
Mhm.
The 11th at 2:30.
Yeah.
The 16th at 9:30.
Yeah.
18th at 9:30.
Yeah.
23rd at 9:30.
Yeah.
And the 25th at 2:30.
Perfect.
Okay, awesome.
So we're gonna leave that in your hands. If you forget, you can always text Fab if you forget what time or whatever. Yeah.
And I'll put it into my phone as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably, Brandon, just as a side note around, that last week of your visits, you wanna reach out to Liz and ask what we're doing. Like if we're gonna continue this, or if we're gonna go outside of the office, like what the next step is. Just so that you're not waiting any longer kind of thing, you can at least give us like a week's notice.
That's what our follow-up meeting will discuss.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Either Liz or myself, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
That's about it, I think.
Yeah. I think that was it right now.
Yeah.
Do you want to just give us an update on how you think baby's doing before they go? And
Sure,
you guys go to your other meeting?
Okay, sorry, my computer keeps freezing for some reason. Baby's doing really well, I think. He's honestly like, one, he's a super fun kid, but like he's meeting, it appears that he's meeting all of his milestones, and like he's going like above, I think, in some areas. He's got a few more teeth growing in, so sometimes, you know,
only seen him once last week.
Oh, he's super cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got like a nice set of chompers coming in.
Awesome. Is that it then? Or is there anything we missed here?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No?
Just, you're fine with the visits, everything?
And just so you know, maybe as part of the next step, Brandon, maybe I'll reach back out to Barb and Wendy and then see how things are going.
Sure, yeah.
And talk to.
Feel free, yeah, Jeanette or Wendy.
Yeah.
Or,
And just talk with Doug again.
Yep.
Last time I tried to call him.
yeah, it was
he
around
hurt his
Christmas
foot.
time, and yeah, he hurt his foot.
Yeah,
Wendy's
I'll do a
brother's in the
check-in with
hospital.
support.
Barb and Wendy are the ones who own our recovery houses.
Yeah, that's where he went to get
Yeah,
his.
so. Danielle's actually in the same organization too. She's at Raven's Moon with Jeanette owns those ones. But Jeanette's in Mexico right now, so not getting a hold of her. She's a busy person too.
And yeah, basically I'm just gonna check in with supports to.
Yep.
Like I have done before. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it then. I'll let you guys go before your next meeting, Fab.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
And we'll see you mid-March, and hope all the visits go well, and
Yep. Thank you.
yeah, keep up all your good work that you're working on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your pet?
Oh yeah. Are we having more people coming here?
No, it's
It's
just
all.
on here.
Oh, okay. I was gonna.
So I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.